season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. As you know, we are doing a March Madness tournament here at Coffee Cup Games, and we are advancing through the first round in the Ash bracket. We have a number 7 seed going against a number 10 seed. The 1937 New York Yankees with 102 wins and 52 losses are the number 7 seed, and the 2016 Chicago Cubs with 103 wins and 58 losses are the number 10 seed. The Chicago Cubs in their 141st season and their 101st at Wrigley Field dominated the National League Central Division and went to the World Series for the first time since 1945 and won their first World Series since 1908, the largest drought at the time in Major League Baseball history. The 2016 Chicago Cubs were led by their pitching staff. They led the major leagues in ERA, runs allowed, and opponent's batting average. But their offense wasn't too bad as they had two legitimate MVP candidates in Kris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo. The 1937 New York Yankees established that they were a dynasty even without the legend Babe Ruth, who had retired a few years earlier. They were led by two players on the field. That was Lou Gehrig, who hit .351 with 37 home runs and 159 RBIs, and Joe DiMaggio in his sophomore season, who hit .346, had 46 home runs and 167 RBIs. But their pitching staff was also dominant. They were led by Red Ruffing and Lefty Gomez. Lefty Gomez led the entire major league in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. So who will win this game? Will it be the 2016 Chicago Cubs, who finally got back and won the World Series after a 100-plus year drought? Or will it be the 1937 Yankees, who established that they were a dynasty even without the legend Babe Ruth? Let's check out the starting lineups for both teams. For the 2016 Chicago Cubs, they're going to be led off by Fowler, the center fielder. Hayward, the right fielder, is going to be batting second. Bryant, the third baseman, is going to be batting third. Rizzo, the first baseman, is in the cleanup spot. Zobrist is going to be in left field. He's batting fifth. Baez, the second baseman, is batting sixth. Russell will be at short. He's batting seventh. And Ross, the catcher, will be batting eighth. And on the mound will be Jon Lester. For the New York Yankees of 1937, they're going to be led off by shortstop Crissetti. Rolf, the third baseman, is going to be batting second. Joe DiMaggio will be in center field. He'll be batting third. And Lou Gehrig, the first baseman, is batting fourth. Bill Dickey, the catcher, is going to be batting fifth. Hogue, the left fielder, is going to be batting sixth. Selkirk, the right fielder, is batting seventh. And at second base will be Lazari. And on the mound will be Lefty Gomez. So there's the starting lineups for both the 2016 Chicago Cubs and the 1937 New York Yankees. Now let's go ahead and let's jump into the action. I will be managing the Chicago Cubs from 2016, hoping to create an upset over the New York Yankees. But before we jump into the game, I'm going to ask you guys to take a quick moment, hit the thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and of course, leave any questions, comments, or snide remarks in the comment section down below. So now let's go to Yankee Stadium for this matchup between the number 7 and the number 10 seeded team in the Ash bracket. Lefty Gomez on the mound for the Yankees. We got Fowler, center fielder, is going to be leading us off. He had .276 with 13 home runs. And here we go into the game. And with a 1-6, it'll be a home run. The rest will be a double. It's going to be in the gap and not quite be far enough as we roll an 8. But Fowler is going to end up on second with a double. And now Hayward is up. Hayward is going to draw a walk. So quick runners on base. And now Bryant, the third baseman, is up. He had 39 home runs, hit .292 back in 2016. And as I say that, he lifts one into left center field. This one's going, and gone. This one's out of here. As Kris Bryant with a 3-run home run to lead off this game. And the Cubs take a quick 3-0 lead. And there's no outs. And now Anthony Rizzo is coming up. He hit .292. He had 32 home runs. And he's going to be strikeout. So one down, and now Zobrist, the left fielder, is up. He had 18 home runs. He's going to hit a dribbler in front of home plate. Dickey's going to pick this one up, throw it to first. That's going to be 2 down, and now Baez is up. And it's a 1 for a home run on the pitcher's card. And unfortunately, it's going to be a 17, so it's going to be the third out. But we do get 3 runs early in this game as Bryant hits a 3-run home run in the top of the first. Bottom of the first, Lester's on the mound going against their leadoff man, Crissetti, the shortstop. He had .234 with 11 home runs, and he's going to start it off with a strikeout. One down, and now Roy, the third baseman, is up, and he needs a 1-11 for a triple. And it's going to be a 7 on the 20 die roll. So Roy gets all the way to third base with one down, and now Joe DiMaggio is up. Joe DiMaggio is going to be hit by a pitch. So they get runners on the corners for Lou Gehrig, who at 351 with 37 home runs. DiMaggio tries to get a lead. He cannot, and this could be dangerous. And we are going to pitch carefully to Lou Gehrig, and unfortunately, that's going to be a walk. So the bases are loaded in the bottom of the first with Bill Dickey coming up and only one out. Dickey is going to hit a fly ball dead center field to Fowler. That looks like it's going to be deep enough for Rolf to tag up. He has a 1-15 chance to score. We are going to stop the other runners from scoring, allow them to score the run with 3 runs already scored for us. So that'll keep DiMaggio and Gehrig at first and second. And now Hogue, their left fielder's up. He had 291, and he is going to rip a ground ball opposite side of the field. It will get through the infield. That is going to score DiMaggio. And now Gehrig is on third base with 2 down, and that brings up Selkirk with runners on the corners, and he needs a 1-11 for a double.
You're killing me, Smalls!
He's going to hit this one all the way back to the wall. It's going to be a 4. They have a chance to score Hogue, 1-14. We're going to try to get him out, see if we can get lucky here. 1-14, he's going to be safe. 15-20, he's going to be out. We're going to let the ball go all the way to home, and
he's out! Oh my God, that is amazing!
A 19 on the 20 die roll, so we throw out Hogue at home plate, keeping the game tied at 3 apiece. But fireworks in the first inning as both teams score 3 runs, and at the end of one, it is 3-3 as we go into the top of the second. Gomez back to the mound. Russell is going to be leading them off as they got their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. He's going to ground ball back to Gomez. Gomez has to make a play. He has a range of 2. He does make the play, and that's going to be 1 down. And now Ross, the catcher, is up, and he's going to be strikeout. Second strikeout for Gomez, and that's going to be going in his opposition, and it's going to be a 4-2 on the pitcher's card, so that's going to be a walk. Fowler now off the bat, he led off the game with a double, and he's going to get his second hit as he rips a single. Lester has a chance to go to third. We're going to go ahead and send him. Here comes the throw. It was a 1-14 for him to be safe. We're going to roll a 13. Just beat the throw at third. Fowler's going to end up on second. Now Hayward's up with 2 down. Hayward has a great chance of knocking a couple of runs. Can he do anything? And unfortunately, he's going to have a pop up into the third base territory. And Royf is going to swing over there and catch that one near the bleachers. But that will be the 3rd out, and we do not score any runs, even though we had 2 runners in scoring position. Bottom of the second, Lazari is going to be leading them off. The second baseman is going to hit a dribbler in front of home plate. Ross is going to pick that one up, and that's going to be 1 down. And now we got Gomez, the opposing pitcher. That's going to be a line out. And now Cressetti is up. Cressetti is 0 for 1, and he's going to hit a pop-up to Baez at second. So we are able to get out of that inning 1, 2, 3, and we go into the top of the third with the heart of our order coming up with Bryant, Rizzo, and Zobrist. Here's Bryant. He had the home run earlier in the first inning. He's going to hit a fly ball to center. This is not going to be far enough, so that's 1 down. Now Rizzo's up. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first at bat, and he's going to pop this one up behind home plate. Dickey pulls it in. That's 2 down, and now Zobrist is up, and he's going to be strikeout. Another strikeout for lefty Gomez. They end the inning. We go into the bottom of the third. Here's Royf. He's 1 for 1. He had a triple. He's going to hit a ground ball to Rizzo, so that'll be 1 out. And now DiMaggio is up. DiMaggio needs a 1-5 for a hit. It's going to be a 7, so that's 2 down. Now Lou Gehrig, who walked earlier, is going to be up. He needs a 1-15. It's going to be a 2, so that's good enough for a single. So with 2 outs, Gehrig is on base, and now Dickey is up. Dickey needs a 1-2. It's going to be a 3, so that's going to be a line out to Baez at second to end the inning. So after 3 innings, the Chicago Cubs from 2016 have 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors, as they were led by Bryant's 3-run home run in the first. And the 37 Yankees have 3 runs on 4 hits, as they have no errors as well, as they were able to scatter some runs together in the first and tie this one up. And we go into the top of the fourth with the score tied 3 apiece. Here is Gomez going into the top of the fourth. Baez leading them off. The second baseman is going to draw a walk on the pitcher's card, a 5-10. So a leadoff walk, and now Russell, the shortstop's up. He had 21 home runs, but he's going to be strikeout. The 4th strikeout for Gomez, and now Ross is up. He's 0 for 1. He struck out early in the game. He's going to ground ball to Cressetti. He's going to throw it to Lasari, but they are not able to turn the double play, so they get the fielder's choice out at second.
So Ross is now on first, and now Lester, the pitcher's up, who we issued a walk earlier in the game, and we're going to do it again. So Lester gets on base twice with walks. That's twice he's gotten that 5-2 roll, and now Fowler is 2 for 2 is up to bat, and he's going to draw a walk. So Gomez with his 5th walk in the game, and now Hayward is up, who walked in the first and fouled out in the second, 2 down, and it's going to be a ground ball to Lazari, who has to make a play. He has a range of 2, airs 14. He does make the play, so that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the 4th, Hoagie's going to be leading us off. The left fielder is 1 for 1. He did have an RBI. He needs a 1-16 for a triple, and it's going to be a 17. So that'll be 1 down, and now Selkirk's up. He's 1 for 1 with a double. He's going to ground ball to Rizzo at first. That's going to be 2 down, and now Lazari's up. The second baseman is going to draw a walk. So with 2 outs, he's on base. We're going to try to see if we can steal a base here. He cannot get a good lead. It's still 1-13, as Lester has a +8. So we're going to try to steal anyways. And so here it is, and
he's out!
Lazari is thrown out at second base, caught stealing. Needed 1-13. It was a 17, so he is pegged. So that's going to end the inning as we go into the top of the 5th. We have Bryant coming up, who had that 3-run home run back in the first, and he's going to be strikeout. 5th strikeout by Gomez, and now Rizzo is up. Rizzo is going to hit a ground ball to Gary at first. That's going to be 1 down, and now Zobrist is up. Zobrist sees a 1 for a home run on the pitcher's card. It's going to be a 9, so that's just going to be a long fly ball into the gap that they're able to pull in. So it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning, and now we're going to go into the bottom of the 5th as we still have Lester on the mound. And he's going against Gomez, the opposing pitcher, and that's going to be a 4-7, so that will be a strikeout. Number 2 for Lester, and now Cressetti's up. He's 0 for 2. He's going to be strikeout. A strikeout on the batter's card, and now Royf is up. He has 1 for 2 with a triple, and again we roll that 4-7, so another strikeout as Lester strikes out the sign, and we go into the top of the 6th. With the game still tied 3 apiece, we are going to send up Baez, then Russell, and then Ross, our number 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Baez is going to lift one in the center field. That's going to be an easy fly out for DiMaggio. That's 1 down, and now Russell's up. Russell's going to hit a ground ball to Lazari. That's going to be 2 down, and now Ross, who's 0 for 2, is up. He's going to draw a walk. So again, we get a runner on base with 2 outs. And unfortunately, we're sending our pitcher up, Lester, who does have 2 walks. He's going to hit a ground ball to Cressetti, who has got very, very good range. His range of 1 is going to come through as he makes the play, throws out Lester at first, and that's going to end the top of the 6th. And now we have Joe DiMaggio coming up the bat to lead off the bottom of the 6th. He is 0 for 1. He has a run. He was hit by the pitch earlier in the first. Lester is going to get him to ground out to Bryant at third. That's going to be 1 down. And now Lou Gehrig's up. He has walked and singled, scored a run. He's going to have a fly ball to center field right at Fowler. That's 2 down. And now Dickey's up, who did have an RBI on a sacrifice fly back in the first. And Dickey's going to hit a line ball right to Bryant, but that seemed to hit him on the thumb. So he is going to be out of the game, as they are going to have to bring in a new catcher, as that was the 3rd out. So let's see who they bring in. But after 6 innings, it is 3-3. The Chicago Cubs have 3 runs on only 3 hits, have not committed an error, and the 37 Yankees have 3 runs on 4 hits, and they too have not committed an error. Top of the 7th, they brought in Glenn to be their catcher. Gomez still on the mound, has 101 of his 126 pitch count. Fowler is up to bat for us. He is 2 for 2. He's had a very good game. He's been on base 3 times. He also had a walk. He had 276 with 13 home runs. The switch hitter is going to need a 1-5 for a single. It's going to be a 15, so he's finally going to get out. And now Hayward's up. He's 0 for 2, and he's going to hit a foul ball into the third base territory. That's going to be an easy out for Royf. And now that's going to be 2 down, and now we got Bryant coming up for us. He had that home run. Can he do it again? And unfortunately not. That's going to be a strikeout. So nothing going for us in a quick 1-2-3 inning. Lester now on the mound. He has 75 pitches out of his 111 cap. And Hoag is going to be the leading off for them. The left fielder hit 301. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Russell, so that'll be an easy out for Russell to throw at the first, and that'll be 1 down. And now Selkirk's up. He's 1 for 2 with a double, and he is going to need a 1-11 for a double, and he rolls a 3, so he's going to be on second base with his 2nd double of the game, the 5th hit for the Yankees, and he's in scoring position. Now Lazari, the second baseman, is up. He only had 244, and we are going to give him a walk, as it was a 1-7 on the batter's card. So runners on first and second. Gomez is up. He is 0 for 2. And so he is going to try to bunt. He does. Lester charges that one, throws it to first for the easy out. They have runners on second and third. And now Crosetti is up. He is somebody that we don't mind seeing hit 201 back in 1937. He had 11 home runs, though. He's 0 for 3 today. And he is going to pop this one up. That is going to be an out. So that will be the third out as they leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position. Do not score any runs, and the game remains tied at 3 apiece. We go in the top of the 8th. They still have Lefty Gomez on the mound. We got Anthony Rizzo coming up the bat. He's 0 for 3 today, unfortunately, and he's going to be 0 for 4 as he pops this one up to Crosetti. That's going to be one down, and now Zobrist is up. He's 0 for 3. He's going to hit a fly ball to center field. DiMaggio's going to have to make a play, and he will. He's a range of 1, errors of 9. So his range comes through and picks this one up. That'll be 2 down, and now Baez is up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he is going to rip a single into left field. So he's on base. We're going to try to see if we can steal. Can we get a lead? We cannot. That is going to keep him there, and now Russell's up. Russell is 0 for 3. He's going to be strikeout. So not able to take advantage of the runner that we got on base, and then we go in the bottom of the 8th. Royf is up. He's 1 for 3 with a triple. He's going to hit a ground ball to Russell. That's going to be 1 down. And now Joe DiMaggio is up, and he's going to push the ball into right field to Hayward. So that will be 2 down. And now Lou Gehrig is up. He's 1 for 2. He is going to hit a ground ball to Anthony Rizzo, and that is going to end the inning 1, 2, 3. We go into the top of the 9th with another game coming down to the end. We got Ross, our catcher, up the bat. Then we got Lester, who I'm sure we'll pinch hit for. And then we got Fowler. Ross is 0 for 2. He has a walk, and he is going to hit a ground ball past Lou Gehrig, as Lou Gehrig cannot get there, and that's going to be a single. So he is on base, and we got Jon Lester, our pitcher, coming up. He is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. He's been on base twice, but we are going to play the odds, and we're going to go ahead and find a pinch hitter. So we decided to bring in Tommy Lastello to go against Lefty Gomez. Ross is on first. Here is the pitch, and it's going to be a strikeout. So that went straight to the pitcher's card, and it was a 6-7. That's a strikeout. So that's going to be the first out. And now Fowler, who's 2 for 3, is up. He had a double earlier, and unfortunately, he's going to pop this one up to Crosetti. So that will be 2 down, and now Hayward's up. He hit 230 with 7 home runs, and he's going to hit a fly ball to DiMaggio, who's going to have to make a play. DiMaggio's got great range, and he will easily get to that one. We're going to have to go into the bottom of the 9th with a new pitcher. And we are going to the bullpen, and we are going to go with Pedro Strop to come in. Very good relief pitcher. Will not be able to last very long, but he's going to be going against Glenn, the catcher. And Glenn welcomes him to the game with a single. So he's on base with no outs, and now Hogue is up. He's 1 for 3, and Strop with a strikeout. So 1 down, and now Selkirk's up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. And he is going to fly this one to Zobrist in left field. That's going to be 2 down, and now Lazari, the second baseman's up, and he's going to pull this one to Zobrist as well. Zobrist doesn't have to move, so that'll be an out as we are going to go into extra innings. Top of the 10th, Gomez still on the mound. Surprised that they still have him. He is over his pitch count. We have the heart of our lineup coming up with Bryant, Rizzo, and Zobrist. Bryant is 1 for 4. He had that big home run, and unfortunately, it's going to be a strikeout. Gomez with his 9th strikeout in the game, and Rizzo, who's up. He's 0 for 4. He's going to draw a walk, so he's on base. And now Zobrist is up. He's 0 for 4, and he's going to draw a walk. So back-to-back walks by Gomez. Baez is up. He is 1 for 3. He walked in the 4th, singled in his last at-bat in the 8th. They are leaving Gomez in. Baez is going to rip a single opposite field to Selkirk. Selkirk gets there, picks it up. He has a 0 arm. Rizzo has a 1-13 opportunity to score. We are sending him. They are going to throw it home. We're going to send our trailing runs. There's no cutoff, and it's going to be a play at the plate. Save! And Rizzo scores. It was a 1-13 for him to be safe. It was a 20-die roll of 14, which means it's a play at the home because it's within 1. We rolled a 7. So that is a huge run for us As now Baez and Zobrist also advanced the second and third, and Russell, who's 0 for 4, is up. He did have 21 home runs, and they finally decide to bring in a new pitcher as they bring in the left-hander Wicker, which actually works out well for us as Russell is better against left-handers. So here's the pitch, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Crissetti. Crissetti has to make a play. He has a range of 1. He does. He makes the play, and that's going to keep the runners at second and third as they get the second out. And now Ross is up. He's 1 for 3 with a walk, and he's going to fly this one opposite field to Selkirk. So that'll be the third out. But we do get a run in the top of the 10th and lead this one 4-3. They got Wicker coming up. We know they're going to go ahead and bring in a new hitter, so we're going to go ahead and see who they bring in. So they bring in Babe Dahlgren to pinch hit. We will leave Strop in. Here we go with the pitch, and it's going to be a line ball to Baez at second. That's going to be 1 down, and now Crissetti is up. Crissetti, the shortstop, is 0 for 4. We're going to go ahead, see what we can do, and he's going to rip a single. So that's going to put the tying run on first, and the winning run is up to bat. And Strop is over his pitch count, so we're going to bring in a new pitcher. And we're going to bring in our closer, Chapman, who went 4-1, had 36 saves and a 1.55 ERA. A lot of walks, though, on his card in the 4 column. He's going against Royf, who's 1 for 4 with a triple. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a hit and run. It should have been a strikeout, but because they had the hit and run on it, it ends up being a simple ground ball to Rizzo, who's going to tag first base, and Crissetti will advance to second, so he's in scoring position. Joe DiMaggio is up, 336 with 46 home runs. The problem is he would love to be able to intentionally walk him, but I don't want to put the winning run on base, and they got Lou Gehrig coming up afterward, who had 351 with 37 home runs. So the 2 guys that they went up for the Yankees is coming up to bat. We have one of the best closers in 2016 in Chapman on the mound, and strikeout. Chapman strikes out Joe DiMaggio to end this game, and the Chicago Cubs win 4-3 in extra innings. Another exciting game that goes into extra innings is the 2016 Chicago Cubs beat the 1937 New York Yankees 4-3. I've managed the Yankees so much in this tournament that at times I felt like I was actually managing the Yankees even though I wasn't controlling them, which made it a little bit awkward for me, but I kept on remembering I'm managing the Cubs, so ultimately I was able to manage the Cubs to a victory. Obviously, they were led early in the game with a 3-run home run. The Yankees immediately answered back, tied up at 3 apiece, and it goes all the way into extra innings. We ended up getting the winning run in the 10th inning as we had a play at the plate. It came down to a catcher block situation. And then Chapman, one of the best closers in the major leagues in 2016, shut down the Yankees and ended the game striking out Joe DiMaggio for the 3rd out and giving us the victory. So the 2016 Chicago Cubs are going to advance against the 1929 Philadelphia Athletics. The New York Yankees from 1937 are going home. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Another great game that went into extra innings. And until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one. Bye.